missed a really good. Y'all missed a really good barracks story this morning from Anthony. This Sunday at 5 p.m. Y'all don't want to miss the barracks lawyers. Anthony said, family comes first always. But he said he is definitely going to be on. And the barracks lawyers, for all y'all who are tuning in that didn't get to hear about it, is we're telling stories that we lived while we were in the barracks. We got a bunch of other people coming on from, different branches of the military telling about their... telling about their... I'm reading chat group too. It's blowing the fuck up. And, these are stories and stuff that if we'd have got caught or told about while we were in the military, we probably got hemmed up pretty damn bad. Just saying. Just like the dude with his
Article 15, 45, 45, and done.
No shit. I'm looking at it, Ron. I don't see nothing.
That's what she said.
Yeah, fuck you. But yeah, it's Greg was telling us, Sunday that one of the guys that he had to bust up into, he had like a homemade porno store with, pocket pussies and mannequin blow up dolls and stuff like this. It was like, oh my god, that's something that I have never seen before, but wouldn't surprise me.
He said it was it was like a CPR dummy with just no head and nothing below the thigh area.
Yeah. Something they can just kind of plop down on their lap.
Yeah.
Poor freaking guys, man. I mean, you kind of got to feel sorry. You got to kind of feel sorry for people like that, though, too, man. It's either something's wrong on the head or they're just that bad that they just can't get lucky. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And their guest, they're bringing on. She's a Air Force vet. She worked mortuary affairs, and she was an NCO too. So I'm pretty sure she's got some kick-ass stories. Yeah, and that'd be cool, man. I've never really heard any barrack stories from any females before, honestly. I mean, we've always talked about shit, but I've never heard anything from females.
First thing first, though. I mean, we've got to give her a lot of props on what she did in the service while she was in. I mean, that job in itself takes a lot out of you.
Yep.
It has to.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And like we were talking about this morning, to be able to hold your emotions and stuff, when you have to, for the families and whatnot of our fallen brothers and sisters, and flying in the planes, with the coffins and stuff like that. While I was on Fort Sam, recovering and whatnot, Fort Sam has a really, really big gravesite like Arlington, and a lot of what active duty units they did have there. I mean, they did pull from quite often. They would go on rotation for their mortuary affairs. They had a lot of. I mean, dude, there was constantly funerals going on, and it's. But I mean, these are people that have already bought markers and stuff out there at the cemetery and whatnot, and that has natural causes and stuff like that. But it is, man. It's a job that takes it can take a toll. I mean, especially these are your brothers and sisters that we have lost, and even for the civilian sector, man, for people that do stuff like that, it's a mental thing. You really got to be mentally prepared and strong for it, because you got to be there for the families. And I will say, I never had to do that in the military, but my grandfather, the man that raised me, whenever he passed, that's, of course, my grandmother, she done the normal thing, but, I was the one that went in and got the Navy and the Army to come out to do the military service. And then, of course, my grandmother asked me to speak, and that was one of the hardest things that I had to do in my life, is not to bust out bawling, because I wanted to be strong for them. we had the Army out there doing the 21 gun salute, and then we had the Navy inside folding the flag up and pass it on to me, and I passed it on to my grandmother, and having the whole family there, and people that he even served with that were still alive came, and he fought during World War II. He was a chief in the Navy. I mean, it's definitely a job, man. It's definitely a job. So much props to all y'all out there for what y'all do when it comes to that. And something the Ghost came up with that we've been doing on the 3% Morning Show, we want to reiterate, is we dedicate the morning show to a service member every day. So if you got a service member, past, present, still alive, or has passed on, you can put that in the email to dgn1980@mind.com and put the information about your loved one in there, and we'll dedicate the show to them. And we'll be doing that during the second halves of the morning shows from here on out. That way, it's another way to make sure that our brothers and sisters are not forgotten. And that was a badass idea that you had, man. And that that's so we'll have a new person we dedicate it to every day. So if you got somebody, man, hit us up, and we'll definitely put the info out there for you. That's for sure. Ron, what you drinking on, Ron? He is cut on some all kinds of crazy stuff. Lord have mercy. And we missed you too, Smash. We had
hell yeah, we do. It was quiet this morning.
It was. Yeah, it was. We didn't hear. No, get the fuck out of the way, you twat. I love her road rage fits, man. I love her road rage fits. It's funny as shit. It is.
Well, they're always random, so you never know what's going to happen. Exactly. And then she rips it. It's like, oh, yeah. Somebody's getting fucked up.
Exactly. She is just. But I'm, dude, I'm surprised. I was going to Charlotte today, and these two 18-wheelers were pissing me off because they would not let anybody by. Now, they got up right beside each other. One would pull up a little bit, and there was a couple of cars in front of me, and they'd try to get in, and then they'd put on the brakes and whatnot. And finally, a couple of them got through, and I got pissed. I'm like, fuck it. So I stopped. I didn't pay any attention to what was in front of one of the other trucks, and it was an SUV of a cop. But surprisingly, he did not fuck with me. He didn't do shit. I'm like, oh, damn, I just straight up, I was doing about 80 in a 65 and jerked right in front of his ass. And I was like, fuck. This guy's going to hammer me. I was just waiting on it. But he didn't do shit. I was like, well, I'll be damned. That was pure fucking luck. Or he just didn't feel like fucking stopping. One of the two. Or he's doing something he ain't supposed to be doing. So, knock on wood for that one.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. It's time to go into a commercial break. And then we'll go into another little song here and check on some of these messages. So, we will be right back. Here's a word from our sponsors.
Run by Special Ops veterans, putting people in war zones to work and working where others fear to tread. Each one of our products is manufactured in current or post-conflict areas. Your purchases fund women's education, demining efforts, and healing our veterans. High-quality products that make meaningful change for those less fortunate. What America will be for the world moving forward.
This is Sam from Madison Rising, and you're listening to Dangerous Grounds Network.
Branded Warriors Inc., the original tattoo therapy program in America. Big Country and his band of warriors will take care of all America's heroes, with one drop of ink at a time. Go to bwitattoos.org to fill out your application and send it to bwitattoos@yahoo.com. Then the power of the ink and BWI will heal your mind.
Black Rose Tattoo Shop. Veteran Rand and Branded Warriors preferred tattoo shop. BlackRoseTattoo.com. All your tattoo needs.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're listening to Dangerous Grounds Network. Hey, you want a freedom boner or what? Listen now.
What's up? This is AJ from Madison Rising, and you're listening to Dangerous Grounds Network. And we're going to put a little bit of freedom all up in you.
Dangerous from Madison Rising, official song of the Dangerous Grounds Network. yeah, man. We'll get this shit loaded up and sent over pretty damn soon. Actually, I might be able to play it here in just a minute.
Play the audio clip that we sent.
Yeah, the promo. Get that sent over.
Oh yeah,
like it should have. Yeah, man, that's badass, dude. That's cool. I'm pumped up, man. And y'all for real, man. Y'all check out Kings Hollow, man. They're really are, man. Badass group of people, man. I've talked to Mark a few times, and of course, you know, Ghost is very, very, very familiar with the guys, and you know, it's. I mean, they're badass, man. And actually, I should be able to pull it up.
Man, I honestly, I'll be honest. I've been listening to their fucking music for probably the last, damn near 8 years now. And May I is the top song for me that I like. I mean, they got a couple others that I like, but May I is probably the one that I like the most, just because of it speaks to where I came from and what I had to deal with growing up.
Right.
And it's fucking badass. And just these guys are so